That's cute as... Okay. This, as far as I can tell, is only referred to as the Klipsch Heritage Amplifier. That's it. If you go to Amazon, you look up Klipsch Heritage, you got every speaker in their Heritage line. And these are the Klipsch Heritage HP3s, but this is just lacking in any sort of number to indicate what. Model. Headphone amplifier. So that indicates that Klipsch makes one. But it's not even the headphone amplifier 1, it's just headphone amplifier. It's like calling a movie Die Hard and then making nothing else, which would have probably been preferable. Although 2 and 3 were great, 4 and 5 are shit. Argue in the comments, 4 and 5 Die Hards were not good. Not good. Anyway, so Klipsch sent me this. They sent me the HP3s, and they sent me this. Like, you want to try it with the amplifier? I'm like, yeah. That was like $500. Sorry, that's Jotunheim money. Balanced. All right, let's take the tour. Wood, and it's like that pressed. It's like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna get a splinter wood. It's like it's wood, but it's so treated and so covered. You're never gonna even like I'm pretty sure you could submerge this in water and it would not care. Top and bottom wood. The sides are aluminum, but they've picked an aluminum with a very deep grain, and it actually looks like painted wood. Attention to detail. Can we just acknowledge the front of the... Can we acknowledge how this looks? It's cute, AF, and blonde. Balanced output. Not just a normal balance like anything else. It's got this beautiful copper ring. Unbalanced. Silver ring. It should have been copper. That was the one thing they should have done. You get this selection knob. I think... Oof, that's tough. That's a tough call. I think that has a little bit more spring tension, so I like it when it stops harder. And this is just like, quality knob here. We got quality knobs going on. You get to pick between USB, optical, coaxial, and line. So automatically better than the Jotunheim. You get indicator to show if it's 192, 176.4, 96, 88, or 44 or 48K. You get those light up. You get 2 switches. One that goes from phones to line, and one that goes from low gain or low Z to high Z. And I don't know. I'm believing a lot of those weird conspiracies, and I'm pretty sure they put high Z on here because I was going to be reviewing it in the future, and they wanted to say hello. Conspiracy busted. Anyway, these are so throwback that I'm just wet. They just you're gonna want to switch some switches when you get this thing. And here's your volume knob, knurled in a very specific pattern to match the knurling all over the HP3s. I really do like what Klipsch is doing with that. And it is also the power, so you get that, like, it clicks on there. It's got a nice resistance to not go off. Click on, and it is beautifully, but like how do you, where can I find the button that orders me amps that they all just have this like this is a little bit harder to turn, and this is just a little bit easier to turn, and this is like this, it's good, but it feels like it's delayed. As far as knob feel goes, this is pretty much on fucking point. So headphone output, not line output, low gain. We're going to be using optical. Let's turn it off. Let's look at the back. USB audio in, service USB for upgrading firmware. I don't think anything's out right now to do that. Optical, which I will be using because it's my preferred method. Coaxial, in case you have that. Here is your line in. Beautiful RCA connectors, by the way. Just gold, screw terminal, white washers behind it, white plastic washers. It just looks all white, just with a little red indicator or white indicator around there. Then you get a switch, praise, that lets you choose between variable or fixed RCA outputs. And what that will allow you to do is, okay, I'm running this to a tube amp. The tube amp has its own volume control fixed. Oh wait, I'm not running this to a tube amp. I'm running this to powered monitors. I bought a set of fluids or a set of Mackeys or anything else that's a powered monitor. I'll set this to variable, and then the volume control here will control the volume control out. We got a fucking round of applause for the options on this unit. I should bring up the actual specs for it, though. I mean, people are probably going to want to ask. So where's the specs? Here, specs. Go down here, specifications. Let's open up the PDF. Let's zoom it in. Okay, how many watts? How many watts, Zeos? So unbalanced, using the 1/4 inch, it only gets up to about 940 milliwatts at 32 ohm, which is about a watt. That's like what you're looking at with the JDS Labs Atom. And the balanced, you're looking at 1440 milliwatts into 32 ohm. So about a watt and a half. And then at 600 ohm, though, this goes all the way up to 270 milliwatt, and this goes to 68. That's pretty good. Total harmonic distortion, noises. You get two zeros after the decimal. Low Z, high D is a 10 dB bump, etc., etc. It'll handle DSD up to 11.2 megafarads. Whatever it does 2.8, 5.6, or 11.2. These are all specs you could read. I don't need to read this. It was built from 2017, which is nice because that's the whole Klipsch thing. They built speakers for a long period of time, and they build these. So let's plug it in. Now it runs off of, and this is a very weird thing. I think I can see I label it. This is a 5 volt, 4 amp. Why? That's such a weird thing. I don't think I've ever seen a 5 volt power supply that goes up that high. I've seen some 3s. I done seen me some 3s. But never 4. So now we've got it plugged in. We've got it set to optical. We're going to turn it on. We got some white LEDs. They're actually very bright when you're looking straight on. I don't know where the camera's seeing them. They're actually very bright. But when you're not on angle, they're just dim. They're just a dim white. So it actually might even light up your desk a little bit in front, which is fine with me. They're not blue. 10 points for Klipschendor. Hashtag Klipschendor. Let's plug something in. Oh, I forgot. Here, wait. Now, the HP3s, which are the headphones that are designed to be with it, don't actually come with a balanced cable. They're after me. We gotta move. So I'm using the Ursine cable here with the interchangeable head, and I'm gonna. I'm wearing a set of headphones already, so let's put that in there first. And we're ready to go. We're on low gain. Amber Rubarth is now on. Low gain, 12 o'clock. Aeolus. And you start to remember why you buy headphones. Turn that on. We're going to set this to mid-gain, mid-volume. We're going to do this. So, low gain, 12 o'clock on the Klipsch amp is exactly the same volume as medium gain, mid-volume on the THX 789. I'm detecting the slightest, and this is the greatest compliment I can give to an amp that isn't a THX amp, only the slightest change in actual sound. I've done this before the video, obviously. This is not my first test. Only the slightest in changes, which is like saying, well, you're not like real Iron Man because you can only fly at 900 miles an hour and he could fly at 1,000. You're still real fucking close to Iron Man here. And for $500, you're looking at more money, but you've also got a built-in DAC. You've got a line-out switch. You've got a line-out switch that's in either a line-out or pre-out. You've got USB input and fiber optic and coaxial. And you've got, well, look at it. Look at this. There's nobody on Earth that if you put this on your desk looks worse. Look, the stand, the Klipsch has got this shit down to a science. A sexy, sexy science. I'm going to just shuffle through some random tracks now. Filter. White like that. Okay. I'm going to put up the high gain. I'm going to lower this down until there's no sound. I'm going to switch it to high gain. Well, you see if I don't need high gain. Back to low gain. I basically go from 12 to 11 on high gain. So I don't know what headphones I could even pull out. T20s? Argons? Is that what we're looking at to really test like how high this goes? Zeos has legs. He could stand up. Ergons. Come here, Ergon. The question is, will I find a wire in my absolutely... I like it like that. God damn it, Imperium pads. Is this a wire? No. There's a wire. Okay. Zeos got this. Zeos is very organized. When he doesn't stand up in the middle of a review and show you behind what looks cool. What have you got to lose, says the song. Okay. Let's take these off. Let's put these on. Because everybody knows T50s are notoriously hard to drive. I usually, even with my 789s all lined up in a row, I usually put on my Emotiva, which is at 50 ohms, which is what these are, 8 watts a channel. Now this is not 8 watts a channel, and we're going to have to use... Didn't I have a loose adapter? I put it there. We're going to have to use the unbalanced output. Unplug that. Plug this in. Definitely going to need high Z on this. I'm not past the 12 o'clock mark on high Z, and it's very loud. They might sound a little bit warmer than I'm used to. Oh. That could just be my mental breakdown happening. Let's see. Oh my lord. Strings. Alright. I could not hear a difference between the 7.9 and this with balance through my Aeolus, which is like a good fucking go-to. Through the Argons, which are a much, much harder to drive set, going from the unbalanced to the unbalanced there, using this thing's internal DAC, using that thing's actually coming off the Enog too, warmer. Definitely a warmer sound coming out of this, which makes sense. You know, you could be all about, like, get the cleanest, flattest thing. With things this hard, and being made of fucking wood, you should definitely give a little tweak to the sound. But the balanced, could not tell them apart. So that's a good thing. There's also a slight delay when you flip that switch. So you go from high to low, and it's like, and then it's low. And then it's high. Dahasms in the classroom. I guess since it's here, we should probably use the actual headphones that were intended to be used with it. Ooh. So let's... Sorry, Aeolus. And I'm going to keep him in balance because... I mean... Because... stretch that down over my head. Oh, it fits so nice. This is a quality piece. This is a quality... Oh, that was set to fucking those. Instead of seeing me jump. If this was Twitch, you'd clip that. If I had to be anal, and I'm pretty sure the 20,000 people that are going to watch this video in the next day or two require me to be anal, giggity, I'd say this is just the absolute epitome of the word slightness. Then again, it also could be because those are so referencely clean that it's just everything's going to sound different. But this sounds a little touch warmer. And I love that. Thank you. The Jotunheim has been dead for a while. In my heart. In my heart. The DAC modules in it, A, they're strictly USB. B, they're very small and they're not great. And then the actual amp was a little bit harsh. Always just a little bit. I let it pass because it's 6 watts a channel, I think. It's like, well, you need all this power. So, of course, it's going to be a little bit rough, and it's only $400. So, the fact that you can go right now to a website and for $500 buy what is perhaps one of the prettiest boxes I've ever had. Like, these metal ones are pretty, and these black ones are pretty. They're pretty. There's some stuff, nice looking stuff. No. This is pretty. Let me tell you what pretty is. This has legit cred in my heart. It's got the screws on top, big Allen hex screws to take it off, and then it just goes, and you shut it off and it goes click in the background. I recommend this. If you can't get $789, which no one can, if you're not completely interested in just the absolutely most brutal neutrality, which is that, and you want just clean looks, amazing feet, just line out and then you could adjust, or line out and it's another amp. Sold, and not sold on Amazon. I will link to the actual Klipsch Heritage website where you can buy this for $500. And again, worth it. Oh, but Z, what about Audio God or this? Well, here's the thing. Klipsch has like a phone number and warranties, and it looks pretty, and it's just enough power. I mean, blatantly just enough power. So I'd probably bend towards this. I haven't really reviewed an Audio God product lately, and they haven't been like pounding out these amazing, oh my god, they all handle Bluetooth and this and that. This is just simpler and cleaner. This kind of reminds me of the RME. The RME was, 2+ times the cost, but it did things that you need. This will cover your bases. I'll listen to my computer. I'll listen to my, let's see, optical will be your television. You run a big long optical cable. Oh, coaxial. I think my game console has that. Or I line in from a turntable. Here's my turntable. Plug my turntable into that. Listen to headphones. Oh, I don't want to listen to my headphones. Now I want to listen on my speakers, and that it just covers all those bases. It covers more bases than most things, and it's absolutely $500. There you go. If it had a speaker amp, I'm waiting for Klipsch. Klipsch, you paying attention? They should be. They sent me this. Hi, Klipsch. Since you have one that's literally labeled model headphone amplifier, I don't believe you make speaker amplifiers. Could you make the same form factor, call it speaker amplifier, and have it just sit like right underneath it, and then you could run the line outs into it, and then you could little wooden boxes, little amazing little wooden boxes. Put the volume knob on the other side so they're not actually, you make it just a power amp. Oh, now I'm getting into it. You make it called speaker amplifier. You make it a power amp only, so no volume control. Then you have to use this to preamp it. Yeah, you don't need much. 40 watts a channel, but really clean. I'm into this now. I'm into this. I'm gonna craft what companies do via my YouTube channel. Links to this wallpaper. She's fucking adorable, and if you disagree with me, get out. In the description. Links to the Heritage series on Amazon, because as much as this is like the only amplifier they make some pretty crazy speakers, and you should probably look at them with your eyes. And links to other things. I don't know. What else are we gonna link to? Argons, cables, the earth sign cable. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this has been today's video. I will see you guys tomorrow. And then the next day, and 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 the next day.